Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 6 of the 2022 Whitfield football season. Tonight is our annual homecoming game, so please be sure to stay tuned at halftime to see the homecoming court. With that, my name is Justina Ricchini, and I'm joined this evening by Matt Leone, Nick Morrow, Ben Kennedy, David Westbrook, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rick Barat. Tonight, your Mustangs have a non-conference game against the South Fayette Lions. Like Plum, South Fayette also enters this game 3-3 overall. Plum is coming off a crushing rivalry loss to Franklin Regional Panthers and are looking to get back in the win column. Plum is led by their head coach, Matt Morgan, and South Fayette is led by their head coach, Joe Rossi. Make no mistake about it, Nate Deans is the impact player to watch for the Lions tonight. Number 1 on South Fayette has been outstanding this season as the team's leading rusher, receiver, tackler, and has a team lead with 3 interceptions. He does it all, and the Mustangs will try to hone in on making his life harder. For Plum, history may be made tonight with the legs of Eric Moore. He is looking for an all-time rushing record here at Plum Senior High School and already has over 800 yards rushing on the season. With the big game tonight, Eric may be able to seal the deal against the Lions. So before we get started with the must-win game for Plum, who are we looking at to make an impact for the Mustangs tonight?
Well, guys, I mean, obviously you just mentioned Eric Moore, Justino. You know, just over 400 yards away from setting the career mark here at Plum High School. But that record is by former Plum player, current Plum staff member, David Pushka. So, I mean, South Fayette had a huge win last week against the Moon Tigers. So Lions beat the Tigers, and they traveled. We talked to their coach earlier. Only took them an hour, 25 minutes to make it out here. So don't know if there's anything called a little bit of bus lag. And that will be Plum next year, so we'll see what happens. But it's a non-sectional game. You know, we kind of talked about, you know, we weren't allowed to film last week because the Westmoreland Sports Network was there. But if Plum had 2 more minutes, we feel if they had 2 more minutes against Franklin Regional and Gateway, we think Plum's undefeated in the section. But it's not that way, so Plum will have to win out. It'd be nice to set the track record here and get back on track to get a win against South Fayette before next week playing at Penn Trafford and then senior night against the Hempfield Spartans. So, and then the last game of the season at the Indiana Little Indians is an out-of-section game. So essentially, if Plum's going to make the playoffs, and it's probably going to be unless there's an upset at wild card position, Plum's going to have to beat Penn Trafford. They're going to have to beat Hempfield also. And a big game tonight is the Penn Trafford Warriors take on the Gateway Gators, right, Justino?
Yeah, Penn Trafford going on the road, Gateway going on the road to Penn Trafford to try and knock off Gateway, who's one of the better teams in the section right now, number 2. You know, we have another game tonight. Franklin Regional travels to Norwin, a game we expect to be good. You know, Franklin Regional is the only undefeated team in our section, so those are 2 matchups that are going to be fun to watch, intriguing to keep track of. Hempfield's on the road at Seneca Valley tonight, so they are not in section play.
No, they're out of section, and we know Seneca's real tough, so.
Yeah, that should be a good game.
So we have the coin toss here, and we know, as you said in your intro, the player to watch for the South Fayette Lions is Nate Deans. You guys have pointed that out to me all week, so he's Mr. Everything for them. And 2 number 1s tonight, Nate Deans, and also number 1 for the Mustangs, and he's facing us right now, his back's to us, Eric Moore. So as Justina said, and we talked to the coaches during the pep rally, Eric Moore is just over 400, around 410 yards away from becoming the all-time leading rusher here at Plum. So with 4 games left, knock on wood, you know, even though I taught David Pushka, you know, we'd like to see, you know, records were made to be broken, so to speak. So, you know, Eric would obviously need in the last 4 games, you know, essentially 102.5 yards per game, so which is doable.
Yeah, I think we talked about this too before. You know, I was saying to you, Mr. Bright, you know, also with Eric Moore, Nick Odom, you know, we've been looking for him to break out in a big way too. Ever since that first game, you know, he had 200 rushing yards, had one of the bigger games of the season, rushing wise, and you know, seeing him break out in this game will be big for the Mustangs if they're going to make a push for the playoffs, because that way they have 2 reliable running backs to go full-headed steam into the playoffs.
No doubt. So don't know who won the toss, guys. I wasn't paying attention.
I believe South Fayette won the toss.
So they have elected to kick, and the Mustangs will receive. And Eric Moore's not back there, huh? Which we've seen him back there before.
Yeah, we have Jerome Brazell back there with Nelson. I think he was back there in the Franklin game, I believe.
Okay.
So I think they are going to use Brazell back there for kickoff returns.
And who's kicking here for the South Fayette Lions? I can't see.
Number 39, Tyler Nicholson.
Yes, I was going to say it's a larger number. It's a double, yeah. Tyler Nicholson. Let's see what kind of leg he has.
Yeah, normally we've seen that with Franklin Regional. They had a real good kicker last week, and you could tell that's why they were confident in their kicker to even on field goals.
Well, that'll be a touchback.
Almost hit Nelson there in the leg.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we have to be careful with those. So, Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line, and we expect to see a heavy dose, as we did in the opening of the Gateway game, heavy dose of Eric Moore.
Yeah, I think for the Mustangs, playing a complete game has been something they've been looking for these past couple weeks. Last week, up 21-7 going into half. Week before, down 28-7. So, and they've came back in both games, or they've made it close in both games. So it's interesting to see how they start here tonight. Francis going to throw.
It's going deep right off the back to Jerome. Oh, what a catch.
Good catch by Jerome Brazell. One-handed catch, back shoulder. Nice throw by Franzi. Nice catch by Jerome. And we haven't seen him get involved in the receiving game, Mr. Barat, but there's a big play.
Oh, that's a big play right off the bat. And, we talked about, like, when Plum made that onside kick at Gateway. Like, Matt Morgan sometimes likes to go for the kill, go through that surprise play, attack right away. So here we are right off the bat.
Wouldn't be surprised if Moore got the handoff here, though, in this play. And he does.
Boy, Eric was able to turn the corner there a little bit. Maybe a yard, maybe.
Yeah, he was stuffed in the backfield, but he got around, and to his credit, got about 2 yards, I believe, 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 plays in, and we're already on South Fayette's 30-yard line, so.
On 2nd and long, though. So 2nd and 9, maybe?
Yeah, I
maybe
believe
8?
9 or 8. Not sure what line that is.
It's probably 9. To give to Eric as he plods up the middle there. Looks like he got about 8, Justino.
Yeah,
Matt?
8 yards.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and short for the Mustang.
Yeah, even with a banged-up offensive line, I think, Eric Moore is too talented for him to just not be running the football constantly up the middle. Even with, as I said to you before the game, Mr. Broad, with Curler, one of their bigger guys out, they're still going to run the ball up the middle.
Oh, yes.
They have the space.
Sure, no doubt, no doubt. And the line's only going to get bigger, stronger, faster the rest of the season and next year.
Caden Thomas is the catch. He's running for the end zone.
He's out at the 5 or the 4.
Yeah, he's out at about the 4-yard line there. Good catch by Caden Thomas. Had a touchdown catch last week, too, at Franklin Regional in the 4th quarter. Doing much better in the receiving department as of late.
Yeah, and Caden Thomas can make great plays for the defense and the offense. Great playmaker for the Mustangs.
South Fayette loads the box.
Coming, looks like with a blitz. Francie fires it over. There's Jerome Brazell for the Mustangs touchdown.
What a great read by Francie, noticing the 8 men coming right at him in the box, being able to go to that second receiver, and Jerome Brazell catches what I believe to be his first touchdown pass of the season, and that's 2 catches already for him for maybe we'll say 60 yards maybe. Big time play by the Mustangs. And if they can get that production from their 3rd and 4th receivers, that's big down the stretch.
And again, it's so easy for us to sit there, boy, what a great play, what if. You know, and again, we scored first against Gateway, and we thought this is it. We're going to no good on the extra point. We'll see if that comes back to haunt the Mustangs, but the Mustangs take a 6-0 lead. But, you know, we saw the same thing against Gateway. We thought, boy, hey, we might roll this team. And then 3 plays later in Gateway's drive, it's like, oh, wow, hey, we're losing, you know, or it's tied. You know, it was boom, boom, boom. So we'll see how the Mustangs do here on defense. We'll look forward to the Lions coming out on offense.
Yeah, and for the Mustangs, I feel that they faced their toughest test 2 weeks ago against the Gateway Gators. Brad Birch, tremendous quarterback for Gateway. You know, I feel he was the best quarterback in our section. So, you know, you're going to face good quarterbacks coming forward, but having you know, a game against Brad Birch to, you know, put pedal to the metal, see what you're made of. That's a big test for the Mustangs. And, you know, even though they had the loss, they're still able to, you know, come up with the narrow loss. Nate Deans and Christian Brandy back there to receive the kickoff. 2 of their leading running backs on the South Fayette Lions roster. Boleno kicks off. It's a squib right at Nate Deans, who's going to run it back. He's got power and speed. He does get stopped, stuffed at about the 34-yard line. Bit of a squib kick there, right, Matt?
Yeah, and you know, Bolino's good at the squib kicks and keep it on the ground, and really makes the other kick return not really know what's going to come at him.
Nico Lamonde in the back, receiving the kick, or and the quarterback takes it, and he starts running free down the sidelines. And just like that, Matt, a big play to start for South Fayette.
Yeah, both Mustangs are... I'm sorry, I can't talk.
That's all right, Matt, you got it.
Both teams have started off with big plays, and looks like they're both coming out ready to fight tonight.
Yeah, I think South Fayette's ready to play. You know, they're ready to answer the bell quick on the Mustangs' attack. And Nico ready to receive. He's going to hand off to number 1. Gets stuffed there. Good play by Darian Nelson there. We see him all over the field. Tremendous hit stick there on the running back, Nate Deans, who, as you know, I'm sure Darian Nelson is aware of, you know, he's their number 1 priority tonight. Nico looking back to pass. Pass is dropped. Number 26 there, Jack Brinsky with the drop, the senior tight end.
Yeah, and from here it looked like Cade Thomas might have tipped it a little bit and thrown it off course, but...
Yeah, I think he might have, Matt. I mean, he got in the quarterback's backfield real quick, and that's something that Cade Thomas is good at. Getting in the backfield, getting people, you know, getting people uncomfortable. Now you got 3rd and long for the Lions. They put receiver in motion. He's going to wind up and chuck that deep and overthrows number 4, Michael Giuliano. That's a tongue twister there. Almost had it. And that was a good pass too, Matt. I mean, he had it right on the money.
Yeah, and it was just like finger, like...
Yeah, finger length.
Yeah, finger length away.
Now they're going to go for it here on 4th and 8. Mustangs showing a delayed blitz. I think they're trying to get them a little uncomfortable. You see the linebackers creeping up, creeping back, making a man miss. Yeah, they're bringing a blitz, and Nico's looking back to pass, and this time he's got Michael wide open down the middle. And that's a catch by Michael Gimagiolano. That's going to be first and goal for the Lions. And they're answering back, Matt. They're ready to go. You know, we figured coming in this would be a tight contest, and it's coming up, living to the billing right here.
Yeah, and that was a great read by the Lions to see that the Mustangs were bringing the blitz and that the middle would be open.
Yeah, now they are in the red zone. They're going to hand it off to their man, Nate Deans. Cuts to the outside, and he is going to walk in for the touchdown.
Untouched.
There he goes, Nate Deans. Prolific running back, receiver, linebacker, and cornerback. He is all over the field, ladies and gentlemen. And he has a similar running style to Eric Moore. Cut to the outside and try and get those extra yardage as best he can. You saw it right there.
Yeah, and both these running backs are dangerous. Once they get to the outside, you give them a little bit of space and they'll be gone.
Nicholson on to attempt the extra point. That one does go through, and it's now South Fayette. One extra point miss, and that means scores South Fayette 7, Mustangs 6. Only about just over 3 minutes to play, or 3 minutes so far in the game. It's already 2 touchdowns on the board.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a high-scoring night. And, you know, maybe tonight's game won't be of, you know, which offense can score more points, but what defense can get a stop and hold these offenses back.
Yeah, and I believe the Mustangs are able to hold, you know, South Fayette because of their, you know, leadership on defense. I think at some point they'll make sure that they don't let Deans get any yardage on the field. They're going to put Noah Odom now back to receive the kickoff. Going with a different player. They had Brazil out there first. Now they have Odom. Either way, you got 2 talented players in the back, or near the end zone, waiting for the kickoff from Nicholson. A little bit of a low kick. Nelson cuts back.
Good run back.
Yeah, it goes up to about the 36-yard line. Not bad.
Broke a couple tackles on the run.
Sure.
Gets Mustangs pretty good field position now to attack Lions defense again.
I think neither team defensively, obviously, unable to stop the other team's offense.
Yeah, it's going to be tough tonight. Both offenses look to be coming out firing at it. As we and Matt were saying earlier, whoever gets that first stop is going to be key, because it's going to be a back-and-forth game. And you don't want to be the team that goes 3 and out first. Eric gets the handoff, and
I don't think he got even back to the line of scrimmage there, Justino.
Might have lost a yard there, but he was stopped either way. And he did lose a yard on the play. Second and 11.
Second and 11. So interesting play call here for Coach Adam and the Mustangs.
You got 4 receivers, 3 to our wide side. Mustangs like to utilize the screen pass as much as they can. You saw it on the touchdown. It's more in motion now. Not a great pass by Franzi, but the ball is incomplete either way. That'll be 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs. Interesting play call there when you know, put Eric Moore in motion. You don't see him in motion all the time. You normally see Nelson in motion. Put Moore in motion, try to get him out of the backfield. Yeah, South Fayette obviously has loaded the box in this game to prevent Eric Moore from breaking. They have 4 linebackers on the field. And they are going to run with Eric Moore.
Oh, he got to the outside, Justino.
He's got room to run. Great run by Eric Moore. And that play will work sometimes for the Mustangs. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. If you can fool them into thinking you're passing, you have a lane to open up for the run. But they're look to be
calling it back. Obviously, there was a hold against the Mustangs.
Now you're going to have 3rd and 20. Wonder
Yeah, depending on where it was, that's a spot foul.
it was a holding call.
We have the scoreboard malfunctioning, actually.
You do not have a down on your
Yeah, I have no down or distance. So I will constantly say 1st and 10. Had to happen at the line. I have it marked at the 35.
Didn't lose any yardage there.
So, oh, it must have, yeah, it must have came, the hold must have came further upfield, so 10 yards. So we'll have a repeat here, 3rd and 11.
Don't think the Lions will be as fooled this time for a run.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saw it before, you might see it again. So we'll see. The Mustangs going to try and use the same strategy here.
Look for Nelson maybe over the middle.
They're going to throw it to Brazil. Makes the catch, but gets about 6 yards. Mustangs are going to be the first team to go 3 and out tonight. Something you don't want to see, but you got to make sure your defense can hold them.
Boy, it'd be real gutsy guys to do a fake punt here, huh?
Yeah, I would say that is very gutsy in the game when you're down 1 already, but you don't want to, especially in a close game like this. I'm not sure how many 4th downs we'll see. Oh,
great punt by Francie.
Near block too.
Oh, there's a flag coming. Matt, do you have that?
Looked to be a
Oh, that flag came from like right field, right, Justino?
Yeah.
That ref threw that about 20 yards.
Looks like, I believe it'll be holding on the Lions. Looked like we had a hold at the top of your screen.
And he saw that right away. I mean, he threw that flag, I mean, at least 15 yards.
Put some force into it.
And that is not a spot foul.
It looks to be it's going to be on the Lions.
Yeah, that's holding against the South Fayette Lions. So that will move the ball from the 29, obviously, to the 19.
Yeah, that's a lot farther back for the Lions now. Now, if you're the Mustangs, you've seen their quarterback, number 13, Nico Lamonde, throw the ball pretty far. But you have a talented running back. Now you have to try and play the guessing game here.
Sure.
And make sure you don't get beat over the top. So,
and I'm sorry, Justin, similar lineup to the Mustangs. 3 wide receivers to the left.
Yep. They're going to hand off to Deans. Mustangs look to be ready, but he's shifty.
Oh, wow, yeah, look at him go. 15, 20 yards almost.
About the 41-yard line he goes out. 20-yard gain.
Looks like the Mustangs, it might have been K. Thomas actually, might have thought he had him bottled up there in the sidelines. He kind of juke stepped.
Yeah,
and came back to the inside and picked up 20 yards almost.
Nate Condis was in there early on him, stopped him, but he went around and found a way. We've seen similar plays with Eric Moore, so similar running backs.
Mustangs showing blitz.
The quarterback's going to run here, about 2 yards. We've seen Lamonde run the ball too, so.
Again, I'm sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Just like Sean Franzi, we're going to see multiple players run the football for, South Fayette and Plum.
Well, this is what you want to do. You want to force, just like South Fayette did us, to 2nd and long.
Mustangs do have 5 players at the 50-yard line. They have 5 players playing back. Deans is going to get the call. K. Thomas read that play very well.
It'll be 3rd and 4. And we'll continue to say the down and distance here because there is no, with the scoreboard malfunctioning, there is no down or distance. The only thing on the scoreboard is what you see on our stripe here is just 1st and 10 and the quarter, that's it.
Yeah. 3rd and 4 here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a run up the middle.
Yeah, I agree with you, Justina. I'd like to think he would throw the ball, but they've been successful running. Mustangs dropping way back.
They bring in
fumble. That's one way to stop a drive. Correct.
Good play there by, the Mustangs to stop it, at least get corral to the quarterback.
So both teams successful first drives, marching down the field, and 7-6 score with the South Fayette Lions converting on their extra point. Plum with a penalty kind of shoots themselves in the foot on their second drive. South Fayette Lions with a fumble on third down, recovered, but shoot themselves in the foot.
Punt for South Fayette. Nelson seems going to let that one go out of bounds.
Out at the 20, I think, right? 21.
21-yard line now for the Mustangs.
So here we are with 4:52 left. So we can see the time. No down or distance, unfortunately, with the scoreboard malfunctioning. Mustangs take over their third possession.
Yeah.
Be interested if, that first deep ball to Jerome Brazil was nice. We'll see if, Nick Odom gets involved, or he'll go back. Coach Adam here will go back to basics and, get heavy doses here of Eric Moore.
Yeah, I wonder. Eric Moore seems to be the back they're going to ride here. Put Thomas in motion. Yeah, Moore cuts to the right.
Cuts up. Boy, he just ran over South Fayette Lion tackler.
Ran over number 19, Noah Mathias.
He brings that at least to the 31.
First down.
First down Mustangs, maybe the 32.
Yeah, and this game starting to look like a battle of the ones to see which running back can perform better and get more yards.
Right, man. We said that, and I said that in our opening. We could have 1v1 here, 1 versus 1. And Deans and Moore.
Odom now in the backfield. They're going to hand off to Odom, who gets about 2 or 3.
And if you're watching the game, you might be saying, well, why are you running into Nick Odom? Eric's a hot hand, but you don't want Eric. Eric he's injury prone a little bit. He got hurt last week. You can't keep on running your bell cow. You see it in the NFL. You don't, running backs don't run it 30 times a game. You have to split it up there. So, and we know that Nick Odom will be carrying the load next year. So a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Eric Moore gets a call, but wrapped up on the play.
Might have crossed the 35, Dave and Justino, I think. So should be 3rd and a long 7.
Yeah, it's a good tackle there by number 55, Big Cameron Rosinski.
With this, with the teams running the ball successfully, this quarter's starting to come to the end here as we're running clock. As you can see below, 3:10 left to go in the first. Mustangs, 3rd and 7. Go ahead, Justine.
I'd imagine you'd maybe see a pass here. I'm not sure, but they're honing in on the run right now. They've got 6 or 7 guys in the box.
I'd like to see him go to Nelson.
They are going to throw, getting pressure on Franzi.
Franzi's
going to tuck it and roll.
Oh, look at him go. Oh, just gets tripped up. A good play there by Sean Franzi. Tuck it and ran, gets up to the, I thought he got to the 50.
49.
Yeah, 49, which we'll take. That's a first down Mustangs.
It's a great play how he invaded a couple of tacklers.
No, you're right, Dave. And I think what you're going to probably see from the Mustangs here, they saw how fast South Fayette came down and scored. You can't just come right down fast and score. I think the way to maybe slow down their offense is keep their offense off the field.
And that's something we see a lot in Noah Odom. The whole team came after him there.
Loss there. Boy, that's maybe a loss of 10.
I wonder if, this is just me maybe, but I think when Odom was running against Kiski, they may have ran him to the right side because he's been running to the left most of the time. And I think these teams now know when he's on the right side, he's going to the left.
Yes.
Sometimes that's tough for Odom, maybe not getting the play calls.
Face mask against South Fayette.
Yeah, I just saw it. Is that a fake? Yeah. I didn't know if it was timeout. Dave, South Fayette. Matt's on the referee here. Guy in a white hat. Sean Francie's coming over. Face mask.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's not a timeout. I don't know if he's signaling to the other ref.
Franzi looks upset here, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, well, they're going to mark it off there. So that's a spot foul again. But that's weird. That's
First and long still. Not sure if that, I mean, I don't know if
I
that was
don't
a
know what
penalty.
yeah, I mean, well, it had to be a penalty, but it's not a 15-yard penalty, so I don't know what they called. But regardless, it's not a 10-yard loss, and we're not looking at 2nd and 20. We're looking at it, and we have to call it out here. Like, yeah, 1st and 1, 2, wait, 1st and 13.
Yep. 1st and 13 for the Mustangs.
So it's not up on the scoreboard.
Lions are bringing 4. Franzi gonna pass.
Screen.
Screen to Eric Moore. We see 4.
But he's mad. He just punched the ground. He turned his shoulders, and he was ready to cut loose. And there's a block or 2 up there. He was at least going to gain at least another 10 yards, if not 12.
Yeah, he slipped there about the 50-yard line. You could see it was tough play there for Eric Moore.
Yeah, and you don't see that a lot from Eric Moore, him making those little mistakes and tripping like that. But, you know, either way, he's a great running back and create plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate for him to slip there. And that was a big play opportunity, but he'll get more. He will get more. Franzi's rolling out. Franzi's looking to throw. Nelson looking for PI on the play. Not sure if he's going to get it. Don't believe he will. 3rd down now for the Mustangs. Now we have an obvious situation for pass. 3rd in a while.
So we're looking at 3rd and
11 or 10. 3rd
12,
and 10.
maybe.
No, 3rd and 10.
No, we got to get, yes. No, well, yes. 40, you got to get to the 41.
Yep,
Boy, it takes you a while to figure it out. There's a midfield stripe here. Okay, 9 to the 50 plus 1. 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. I'll keep quiet.
Eric Moore will get the handoff now.
Oh, there's a penalty flag there. Matt, you go in and get that flag, and that's right in the area there of either a chop block or probably a hold on the Mustangs.
Yeah, number 70 for South Fayette. Shane Burglar was shaken up after. Looked like he was down. Maybe got, held. Yeah, Mustangs are moving back.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he, like, they should decline it, right? Did he have the
I
option?
believe they are declining it. They're going to punt.
Yeah, so now make it 4th and 10.
Under a minute to play, 58 seconds in the 1st quarter.
They need to give the refs mics so we know what's going on.
Yeah, well, we need the scoreboard to work, Dave. That would be the easiest thing.
That would be better too.
So fancy punting here, and decent drive by the Mustangs. Took up a lot of time as we're approaching the end of the 1st quarter. Unfortunately, Mustangs, their drive stalls at midfield, and
Franzi gets a big punt away, though. He will get that down to the 21-yard line. Not a bad punt there by Franzi. We've seen these past couple of years, his punting ability is up there. He's a very good punter. Could be a permanent punter if he wanted. He's that good, that talented. Right, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good punter. Flip the field. May not be the best punt, but still, we'll take it at the 21-yard line. Under a minute to play. The Mustangs are looking to hold him on defense for a 2nd consecutive drive. Mustangs do still have 5 receivers back 10 yards.
cornerbacks.
Or cornerbacks, my bad.
Yes.
Yep. Looks like safeties from here, but
And you can see running up the middle with Cade Thomas on the right side there coming in. They're not going to challenge Cade, and Cade came in there. It looks like run blitz. So the quarterback takes a step or 2 back and then scoots right up the middle. So, try to keep everything in the middle. So 2nd and 7.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, I believe, for the Lions. Under 20 to play. K. Thomas comes in like a train, but Nate Deans gets the ball.
The first down.
Yeah, and if Nate Deans is available to get the pass, Nate Deans is going to catch that football.
And this will be the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, now it's end of the first quarter here at Mustang Stadium. South Fayette up 7-6 on the Mustangs. Both teams will flip the field for the second quarter.
And what I might have the opportunity to do here, as we're having the quarter, I might be able to take the live stream. I can't do it. Dan Lalletta's watching this. He can take the live stream off automatic from the scoreboard if they can't fix it, and we can make it manual, and we can keep track of down and distance. But as you can see now, as Matt earlier there went to the scoreboard, the only thing it shows up is the unfortunately is the score and the time. So we'll just continually say down and distance, down and distance. You know, and we have our homecoming festivities at halftime, South Fayette Band. Then the homecoming festivities, you guys will flick the audio switch on the camera and eat some nice warm pizza on a chilly night here at Mustang Stadium.
Yeah,
First and 10 here for the Lions. Go ahead, Justina.
I was going to say a little cold here for beginning of October, but we're used to it here. Deans will get this pitch, and Thomas was
Flag
right
on
there.
the play.
Well, okay, Thomas. Was that Thomas that made the stop?
Yeah, it was Thomas, but I'm not sure the call that they're going to try and make there on the play.
It's either offsides on Plum or holding against South Fayette. Nick will go in and grab the. He'll be right on the official here, and he'll grab. That's going to be holding.
I assume they. I mean.
So what do you do now? Do you
I
make
would
it?
decline.
Yeah, I would decline also because it was a loss of 7.
Yeah, and looks like
second and 17 sounds better than first and 20 to me.
Morgan has just decided, I believe. They were asking him on the sideline. They are going to make it second and 17.
Second and 7, and that's a long 7. That yard looks like the original line might be at the 32 and a half almost, at least from our angle.
Yeah.
You know.
Looks like it is a 7-yard loss. Good play. Kate Thomas is right there too.
So so the Lions have to get up to the 42 and a half. They're at the 25, so it is a full second and 17. But we know, just while I'm watching Plum and South Fayette tonight, this is not a run, or this is not definitely a pass. This could be a run.
And it is a run to Nate Deans.
He tries to cut back, and Plum kind of sniffed that out. I don't know if he gained anything, guys.
Got to the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17, agreed.
We have seen a couple plays here tonight where Lamont has been able to throw it pretty deep. I mean, Matt, we saw in the first quarter, deep pass almost caught for a touchdown. So he is able to do it. So we'll see what the play call is for Joe Rossi here.
Yeah, and he can throw it deep, and like we've seen earlier, and he also throws with great accuracy. So
sure. We got a timeout here by South Fayette. That's their first. They'll have 2 remaining. 11:04 left to go.
I do believe, Mr. Bright, you said, Matt Diss may be coming up tonight. We'll have to update everyone at home if we have any alumni of the TV production crew come up to the press box.
in both these teams tonight, they almost look like they're completely mirroring each other. They both came out with that drive to be able to score, and then ever since, they had a couple things that hit big, but other than that, they haven't been able to score. They almost look like identical.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Matt. We said that earlier. Both teams, first drive, boom, 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 touchdown, and then each of their second possessions kind of shot themselves in the foot. Plum's third possession had a penalty or 2, as did South Fayette here. What do you point to, Justin?
Nate Deans is lining up middle of the set here. He's going to run up the middle. They are looking.
Oh, boy.
Cade Thomas.
Cade Thomas. That's what his
8.5.
8.5. I was going to say, did he have 7 or 7.5?
7.5. That is his 8.5 sack on the season.
Now that's a good record to know. I'd like to know what the Plum record is for the season. That's one we have to look up.
Yeah, he's been having a big time. He's had multiple sacks in big games and big moments. So
that's one. If Coach Romito, our former football coach, is listening, we verified that how much yards Eric Moore needs. That's another one. Who's the all-time sack leader for a season?
Yeah, that would be something to figure out. K. Tom's having one to remember right now.
Not a good punt, but what a great roll.
Yeah, he gets all the way down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, boy,
Wow.
if you would have watched this game after the first 2 drives, we were thinking, well, this final score is going to be,
I mean, Matt even said maybe a shootout tonight.
38-35. Last team to have the ball is going to win. Yet here we are with 10-13 left to go in the second quarter, and it's still 7-6.
Yeah, I think both defenses have blocked up. You know, I think both defenses, I mean, you know, as we stated, both teams are, you know, even coming in, are seemingly identical to each other. A superstar running back, have the ability to pass, have a solid defense. That's the way both teams have played, and both teams, again, have identical records as well.
I think you got to get the ball in Nelson's hands, don't you think?
Yeah, I think he is our leading receiver, so I think you'd have to at some point. You're going to hand off to Moore.
And again, you know, you see K. Thomas, guys, number 4, going in motion from left to right. I think you're going to see this more and more here. Plum again to keep that ball out of Deans' hands on the other side of the field. You're going to see, you know, Plum try to, you know, even if it's you know, whether it's with Nick Odom or Eric Moore, even if it's a yard or 2 gain, and that was a gain of 1.
Yeah, I don't know if they're
still
going to
trying to run.
Try and continue to put him up the middle. I mean, Franzi, you know, we see he's able to throw the football pretty far, so I'm sure we'd see a pass soon.
K. Thomas went in motion, and then immediately Nelson called timeout. Now, he pointed to his right thigh. I don't know if something happened or if they thought there'd be movement.
I think they might have been trying to. It might have been an almost flag there. I think that's what it was, because
I agree, Justina.
They were ready to snap, and I think Nelson saw it.
Agreed, 100%. So he kind of, hey, that's it. Let's call time. Heads up play.
Yeah, that's
by the wide receiver to shut it down. And, you know, I mean, obviously 2nd and 9 is more doable than 2nd and 14.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in those long distances, because then you're relying on Eric Moore to break big.
Sure.
You know, you're not going to get the big pass 90% of the time, so you need to have Eric Moore, within reason, getting the first down.
Correct.
And you know, tonight for the Mustangs, 82, Cam Wilson, the freshman receiver at the top of your screen. New receiver for the Mustangs, very tall, 5'11". So we'll see what impact he makes tonight.
And it's a fumble.
Fumbled, and South Fayette's looking for it. They
South
might
Fayette
have it.
saying they got it.
And I'm not sure.
South Fayette.
I don't know if Eric or Sean knew who the ball was going to.
I think the other one thought the other one would have it, and that's a costly turnover at midfield there. The Lions get the first big break of the game with 9:27 left to go here in the second quarter. Lions get the turnover, and they will start on the Mustang 38.
Yeah, that's a tough play there by both. I think both players were unsure
who was going to take the ball.
Yeah, who had? I mean, Eric looked like he had it. Sean looked like he had it, and both let go at the same time.
Matt Morgan had his hands on hips there. He was not happy.
No.
Shrugs it off, and it is what it is. Time for the defense to make a stand here.
Looking to throw.
Lamonde looking deep. He's got a man.
It's a catch.
And it's a great catch. Jerome had pretty good coverage. He just missed swatting the ball, Jerome Brazil, and that's
1 yard line.
Yeah, who was that?
Number 4, Michael Giolano. The big time catch there. We've seen him catch a couple passes before this game too, so he's maybe their big. He's 6'1", 195, so you might see him in the passing game a lot. Now Nate Deans gets the handoff, cuts to the outside. He is in for the South Fayette Lions touchdown.
And that was huge for the Lions. The Lions needed that to be able to, you know, be away and get some momentum, like I just said, on the road and coming out playing hard.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing for the Mustangs. Now you're down, touchdown, and you know you were down 1. Now you're down 8 potentially if he makes the extra point. Nicholson out to make the attempt the extra point. It's a false start. This will be a false start on the Lions. Get him moving back. that might be big for the Lions if they miss this extra point. That would even out essentially the extra point. Besides the fumble, it'd be a pretty even game. So, I mean, I think Eric Moore and, you know, Franzi are determined to correct that last mistake and make sure it doesn't happen again. Because, you know, in a game like this, again, Moore and Nelson, Franzi, the captains know it's must win. And, you know, the whole team may not be fully aware, may not be fully understanding must win situations, but they understand. Like last year, they had to win 4 out of their last 5 to make the playoffs. So this is another sort of situation. Because we know 6 wins is not going to get you in the playoffs this season, especially in a loaded 5A. You know, in a section with, you know, other powerhouse teams, as Nicholson is on to attempt. The kick is up, is good, and that makes the score Mustangs 6, South Fayette Lions 14. And as I was stating, you know, Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair and Peters Township are powerhouses in the other conference. And then you have, you know, Shaler and Penn Hills and Woodland Hills in your other conference. So there's not a lot of room for error for the Mustangs here. And I think, you know, the captains are understanding of that, and they're going to make sure must-win situation, right, Mr. Barat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the same thing last year with the Mustangs. Had to have that big win against Greensburg-Salem to make the playoffs. Lamia came up with the big interception in a must-win situation, and, you know, that's how they made the playoffs last year. So they're going to have to do something similar again this year.
Yeah, and I think tonight also a big factor of this game is simply the weather. You know, it's cold, so the ball's harder. It's harder to catch and potentially harder to throw, but also the wind with kicking it and getting it out of the quarterback's hands.
And now we don't have Nelson back there to receive the kick. We have Bryce Robertson and Noah Odom back there to receive the kickoff.
And I see Nelson and Eric, they're high-fiving each other in the sidelines. They're ready to rock and roll and play.
Yeah, I think they're ready to correct that last mistake,
sure.
Mr. Barat. I mean, I think, you know, when you make a mistake like that, you're just hungry to get better, hungry to make amends. Prove yourself. Yeah, Nicholson, low kick.
Oh, he got a head of steam. Boy, oh boy. Ooh.
Runs right into number 3, Talon Mazenko, who was ready for, I mean, he did have a head of steam running straight ahead, but stuffed really quick there by the Lions.
Yeah, but a great return to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it was a low kick, too. That might have been why it's up there. You know, I think, you know, Nicholson trying to challenge Mustangs returners because, you know, normally you don't see those types of guys back there returning the kickoffs. But
So Mustangs take over. Still down by only a score, down by 8, 14-6. Take over at their 33.
Franzi looking to pass, scrambling. He's going to chuck it out of bounds.
Goes it away there, so it's not. We might have the down and distance working. It says 1st and 10. I know it says 1st and 10 on our stripe, but it says 1st and 10 on the scoreboard, and
It's 2nd and 10.
oh, 2nd and 10. So we do have.
And I think Franzi throwing it away there was a smart play because
Yep, you're right, Matt.
that defensive line was right on him, and there wasn't really a receiver in the area. And
Yeah, you don't want to force anything downfield either, because you've seen, I mean, even, you know, in the NFL with Kenny Pickett in one play last week, forcing it in may lead to mistakes. And there goes Eric Moore getting the handoff. It's about 4 yards. 3rd and 6, a little bit more manageable for the Mustangs. We'll see if the Mustangs can get the first down. Third and 6 for the Mustangs, and now interesting to see if a run or pass. I mean, you've seen both tonight. You've seen little tricks. They're gonna throw. Franzi's rolling out already.
No one's open. He's going to have to take it himself, and he lost right.
And they're going to call.
It might be a personal foul there.
They are not going to call a penalty.
Coach Morgan's not happy here on our sidelines. I mean, he pushed him out, and he kept on pushing, and tackled him. So I'm kind of stunned, actually. It's not a personal foul penalty. Don't think we're using the yards, but the down is moving. So we can get the down up, but it still says 10. So it's now 4th and 9. Francie punting here. Plum will have to have a good defensive stand.
Big punt by Francie too, and he does.
Good punt.
Yeah, it gets out of bounds, about the 30-ish.
Good idea to keep it away from Nate Deans too. He's prolific, you know, in all facets. You don't want to give him chances to turn it to the outside and, you know, have a chance to make a big play.
Yeah, oh, no doubt.
Yeah, the Mustangs defense needs a stop here. Cannot afford to go down anymore.
Sure, and obviously there's plenty of time. I mean, there's still, you know, just over 7.5 minutes, 7:39 to be exact. You know, now if they let South Fayette come down and score in 3 plays, it might be a little troublesome. So Mustangs will have to stop them.
And you have to account for the pass game too. We've seen both.
Fake pitch, he's going deep.
And no surprise, Nate Deans, and he
dropped it.
Looks like he underthrew him there, I believe.
Yeah, but it was catchable though. It was a good play. Faked the pitch, and Deans is running free. I mean, he hits him in stride.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, he's still. You stole my words there, Justine. Yeah, he's still running.
Yeah, he is still running. I mean,
still running.
And they use him in any way they can on offense. He's out wide. He's in between the tackles. He's on defense making tackles. He's their jack of all trades.
Sure. Well, it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and long. This is what the Mustangs want them to do.
They're going to run it with their quarterback, and he gets some space.
Does have the edge there and does squeeze out of bounds, maybe to 39. See if the scoreboard, I think the yards to go is not
I do believe
moving. It's going to be 3rd and about a long 3 maybe.
Yeah, 3 or 4 yards and go for the Lions.
I think if you're Plum, you take a chance. There's no way he's throwing this ball. I think he runs it. I would have a run blitz.
And I think the Mustangs are going to
they're starting
try and creep up. I'm not sure if they're going to try and
see Jerome Brazil. He came over here. He's up tight against the receiver on the left.
Yeah, they're trying to, and he's going to tuck and run.
Good tackle. Get it there. He's a boy. Now, if that referee on the South Fayette sidelines, he has it almost at a 1st down.
He is going to give the
yard
first down.
What? It looked like the ref all the way in the back said that it was a 1st down.
Yeah,
I don't understand how he saw that.
Call.
With both teams in front of them, but
that's
hand off to Deans.
I'm watching the replay on the live stream, which is 30 seconds behind us. His bomb hit on the 41 as he was stretching the ball, and he had to get to the 42, but he didn't stretch it till after he hit. That ball should be a yard back. That's a bad call.
Yeah, and I don't understand how the ref in the backfield could
call that because you can't see it back there.
Yeah, before the
right,
people at the.
Well, that's not a very good call, but you move on now. It's 2nd and 6.
Oh, and almost tackle in the backfield there by Odom.
Yeah, great gang tackle there by the Mustangs. Did not get past the 45, so the refs will probably mark it at the 46.
Yeah, Christian Brandy there, their senior running back, gets the handoff.
And they mark it at the 46. Explain that to me, how he stopped at the 45. I'm watching that one again, too, on our live stream. He did not get to the 46. I'm watching that now. No, he did. His feet crossed to the 46.
They're going to run it with the quarterback on 3rd and.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Now
if they mark that past the 50, I need my eyes checked. Am I correct, guys?
Looks to be about the 49-yard line.
Right. So that's 4th. This could be 4-down territory here for the Lions, and they're not punting with 5:40 left to go, and they're going quick.
Mustangs need to get to the line.
A little disorganization here by the Mustangs. They're moving around, but they don't have to snap the ball, the Lions. They can try to draw them off. There's still 15 seconds left on the play clock.
And Mustangs have been doing this a lot, trying to run around on the
They're not
line.
going to. I would be stunned if they snap it.
Yep, timeout.
I call timeout. You know, the game can change on this. Like, you're up by 8. Yeah, yes, you're on the road. It's a non-section game. If you go for it and you don't make it, they're giving Plum the ball as Plum gave them the ball. You know, at the 44-yard line, you'd be giving Plum the ball, you know, at the 50 or wherever.
I still wouldn't be shocked if we maybe see they'd try and get it on 4th and 3. I think they would be willing to go for it here, and I'm not sure if they would, but considering, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to try and punt or not, but you would assume they would after the timeout. But I mean,
I don't know. They might be thinking, hey, maybe we can put that proverbial nail in the coffin. We get a first down. We eat up another 2-3 minutes. You know, we get a field goal or a touchdown. But no, they do bring out the punt team.
Yeah, and I think they're just too much for South Fayette to lose if they don't get it. You know, the momentum is, you know, the momentum would go to Plum at home on homecoming night.
yeah, Darian Nelson back to receive the punt for the Lions.
I mean, the Mustangs.
Or, yeah, for the
You okay today, Justina? I'm a little worried about you.
Fair catch.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Yeah, he can't.
That was
he's signaled for
dangerous
free.
right there.
Okay, well, I short-armed it there a little bit, but
wasn't able to track the football, and if he would have touched it before the Lions got to it, that would have been costly.
is that a flag or is that just his yellow towel for Nelson that came out? He just
I think
picked it up and he's holding it. So never seen that before. If that's a penalty flag, he's just picking it up and running off the field with it.
Making sure they don't see the flag.
Yeah, well, there's nothing called there. So that was Nelson's towel. So no, I'm good. Thank you. So Plum takes over their 19-yard line with 5:12 left to go here in the second quarter.
It's still a one-score game.
And I wonder if we'll see a little bit more of Franzi trying to pass it here.
I'm not sure. I think the Mustangs are going to try and establish. We haven't seen Eric Moore break off yet today. We've seen him get a couple 5-6 yard gains and nothing substantial for his standards.
And just like you said, they hand it off.
And that was Odom there. I think that was Odom. I mean, Rudy Seneca just said that was Eric Moore there on the carry, but I think that was Odom.
No, it wasn't.
It was Eric? Was that Eric? Okay. Is Odom in there?
Odom's on the sideline
Odom
standing
is,
right next to
yeah.
the
Oh, okay.
Odom
Okay.
is-
Now Odom's
Now
coming
he's
in
coming
now.
in.
I thought I saw 30-something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a decent run by Eric and gained what? 5 yards.
Yeah, 5 yards on the play, I believe.
2nd and 5. So we know that the down is switching, but not the yard. So on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 5.
24-yard line. Pass to Nelson.
Nelson,
First
oh,
pass
boy.
for him of the night. And he breaks off for the first.
Boy, did he not hesitate there? Were you guys thinking
Did
what I
have
was
a bit of
like
that.
he got it and it looked like he took that first step and he was thinking, do I go up the middle, get the first, or do I try to break it to the outside and go to the left? Did you not think that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, tremendous block by 55, Nate Condis, the center. For him to snap that ball and get over there, I mean, that's something you want to see if you're a Mustang fan. Get those, you know, great blocks on the South Fayette linebackers. Thomas in a bit of emotion.
You see, now when he does that, you see how South Fayette starts creeping up there.
Yep.
There goes Eric.
Eric just dragging tacklers, gets up to the 48 almost.
And you don't complain about those runs with 7 or 8 yards of carry. I
No,
mean,
it makes
you're
it
making it
easier.
manageable.
Sure.
Because now, I mean, even though they're expecting the run, you don't have to go as far. You can
But don't you
sort of-
think Plum might be trying to draw him in? And we are going to see a play where Cade Thomas goes in motion, stops in that fullback position, and we
Yeah.
throw it. Because you saw when he did that, South Fayette just crept right to the line there.
They were ready for the run. Moore goes in motion.
So it's no, it's not going to be.
Randy, they're going to throw it to Moore, who cuts. Oh, passes.
There's a flag coming way in again from left field there.
Maybe a hold on the Lions.
Yeah,
not
it's probably going to be against the Mustangs. Obviously, Matt, what are you saying? What do you think here?
No, from what I saw, it looked like Eric caught it, but therefore just ran out of bounds. But I don't know
No,
where the
he
ball
didn't.
went.
No, he didn't. He
had
definitely
it, but
didn't
dropped
catch it.
He did drop the pass. It looked to be a backwards pass too. I'm not sure if. It's going to be...
Yeah, it has to be against Plum, right?
Yeah, I mean, they are moving back. I assume Plum is going to be, you know, victim of a penalty here, but they haven't officially said anything. The headline.
He's asking.
South
Now, if that was behind, that's a lateral, not an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe.
so the ref said incomplete pass. So that might make the Lions take the penalty, because if not, it would be 3rd and 2.
They are gonna
so
take
they're
it.
going to make it take it
3rd and 12.
3rd and 12. Well, now, how could it be 3rd and 12?
Looks like
Unless it's a
11.
loss and down. Oh, so they probably said holding declined, so they called it a lateral, and because it went out of bounds, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 because it was a 9-yard loss.
Yeah, I believe so. That might be the case.
So that's
Now,
the explanation we're going with.
3rd and long, clock running, about 3:15 to play in the half.
So Eric comes out of the backfield. Lions look like they're coming with a blitz.
It looked like
Franzi
squirts
takes
up.
it.
Oh, good play by Francie. As he
Great
stretches
gets the
down.
first.
Good play by Sean Francie to extend past that armor. Heads-up play, too. You know, Eric was fairly covered there on the presumed route to the outside, so running it right up the gut. And, again, that's a huge first down.
Yeah, and Franzi can take some hits. He's not like one of
Yeah,
those
he's-
quarterbacks that can get hit and
Yeah,
then
he's not
it's done.
5'7", 120 pounds. He's a bigger student, so.
You hand out the more. Gonna
Stops, cuts, wrapped up, probably a 4 or 5 yard gain.
cut. Yeah, about 4 yards on the play down at the 50-yard line. Again, not a bad run by Eric. Get 4 or 5 a carry. Always solid if you're a running back, because you don't want to, you know, always burn off those big burners, because you're not going to be able to every game.
Yeah.
Every week, teams are looking at you to be the #1 star player, so you're not going to get the opportunities week in and week out. So they will take it at 2nd and 6.
Little underthrown.
Boy, you know, that's a toughie here. I mean, I don't know if I'm Plum if I'm continuing to do that. That's a 3rd and 1 that he can't connect. Now, granted, you're drawing the Lions in, so maybe you try a quick hitter to Cade Thomas and Nelson going over the middle, but now it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 now.
They call that one an incompletion. The other one was a lateral.
I wonder if we see this, if we'll see a surprise run.
Yeah, I don't. This could be a run here.
You never know with Matt Morgan, especially with Eric Moore in the backfield.
Lions creeping up here.
And Franzi's going to look back to pass. He's got pressure on, and he is stuffed.
Yeah, loss of 1, maybe 2. So that'll force the Mustangs to punt. Running clock. See it going down in 1:50 now.
Yeah, Sean Franzi stuffed there like stuffing on Thanksgiving dinner.
Ah, good analogy, Justino. So Mustangs will be punting.
And now, I mean, with the running clock, unsure, you know, South Fayette may get the ball with a minute to play. So there won't be a lot of time on the clock.
It's 5 on the shot clock.
You're going to punt it now. Big
Good
boot by
punt.
Franzi. Deans is looking for it. That's a
Right.
good punt.
Yeah, that ball stops at the 9-yard line, guys.
Yeah.
Good punt by Sean.
So I think you give the Lions here plenty of room to I think you play deep. You don't press coverage here because you give up the big play like you did against the Gateway Gators 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
you know,
could
then
be
it's an
down.
uphill battle the entire second half. I think you drop back a little bit, give them those 5-10-yard plays. They do have 2 timeouts left. The clock does stop on first downs, but there's a 1:12, so you're going against time here. So hard for a high school team to drive 91 yards in just over a minute. It's
Yeah.
not Aaron Rodgers back there.
Plum defensive line trying to get a little shifty on the line.
And I could see Plum maybe sending one of the linebackers just to supply pressure so that their quarterback does not have all day to throw it deep, because we know that he can.
Yeah, he has the capability to launch it deep, launch it far, you know.
Yeah, so I think you'll see the safeties playing back, but maybe one or two linebackers maybe blitzing.
And, you know, even though we started out fast, Matt, I think we're in for a sort of a low-scoring game tonight. He's going to run.
That's holding. 50 made the tackle.
Good tackle by Darian Slaughter.
Yeah, Darian Slaughter made the tackle, but
he was held on the play. He
was held by his shoulder pads, and I'm going to get upset watching this on the live stream as this is coming through now. Watch, guys. Watch Slaughter be held by the top of his shoulder pads. Watch him. He grabbed the back of his jersey and he held him.
Yeah,
that's an awful no call.
Looked to be a timeout with 44 seconds left in the first half.
That's a good play by Slaughter, though. I mean, he was right there to make the play, and, you know, he is a sophomore, too, Mr. Broad, so he has, you know, a couple more years, too. He's going to be one of the bigger players for the Mustangs.
Well, he's one of the bigger players now, and he's a sophomore, so he's going to get bigger, stronger, faster. But now it's 2nd and 10, right? Or no, it's second and 10.
Second and 10.
So good for the Mustangs. So now if you're South Fayette, you know, if you risk a pass here and a ball's tipped, and we saw it with Gateway. They tried to push the envelope a little bit.
Michael Bard, a big pick to seal the set.
Big pick, yeah, that was kind of the momentum changer there. So, you know, Mustangs should have, what, one timeout left, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes,
I think
they used one earlier.
South Fayette just called the last timeout.
Okay, so Plum has 2.
Yeah, South Fayette, I think, has one timeout left.
Okay.
They don't have a lot of time left, especially with one timeout. They're not.
I think if I'm South Fayette, I run it to Deans. You know, make Plum use their timeouts if you can't get the first. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Hands it off to Deans, but good.
Not smart to go. He should have went down. You guys know what I'm going to say. Should have went down. Out of bounds. How is it? They say the clock's still running. He went out of bounds. I don't understand.
They do stop the clock now, though.
Yeah, but it's a timeout by the Mustangs. He ran out.
Morgan's trying to. I don't know what Morgan is.
Matt Morgan is saying the exact thing. Well, the calls have been hideous here at the back end of the second quarter. He ran out of bounds, and how did they say continue to run the clock?
I assume they'd try maybe add time to the clock here, if I'm not mistaken.
It looked like he went out of bounds with 33 seconds.
Or even
at
35,
least.
yeah. I mean.
Well, if you're South Fayette, Plum should have. Well, I have to ask Mr. Gestrich across the press box here to see how many timeouts Plum has left. Steve, how many timeouts Plum have left? All 3? No, we just used 1 now. Oh, we have 0 left. Okay, thanks, Steve. That was accurate. Appreciate it. Yeah, Plum has 0. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Yeah, so Steve said we've used 1, but we've actually used all 3. So
South Fayette takes a knee to end.
So yeah, and Plum can't stop the clock. So that's that.
And clock's still running, but the first half is over, and you know, for a not bad first half for the Mustangs, held South Fayette in check for the most part. It's an 8-point lead for South Fayette. Game's surely not over yet. Still plenty of time to go in the second half. Both teams playing good defense so far. Be sure to stay tuned for the South Fayette Lions marching band and the Plum homecoming court for the halftime festivities.
Yeah. So flip to the middle one, homecoming. Yes, and then if you guys want to switch, you want to, it's up to you if you want to put on this mic's active. So you have to switch from DDR1 to camera 1. So whichever, you know, whichever picture is you, well, no, you have to go like this, and then you can, like, if you want to split on. It's up to you. Okay, because you guys will be running it. I'm sorry, I gotta go down and help. He switched his accent. Did you say your sponsorship yet?
I didn't say it yet. Gotta do it the second half. Pictures.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Haley Behringer. On behalf of the senior class of 2023, we welcome you to our homecoming ceremony. As we introduce the members of our homecoming court, we would also like to acknowledge members of the Plum Court and student body who will be presenting flowers tonight. Now it's time to meet our homecoming court, beginning with Lauren Price, escorted by Alex Miller. Lauren is the daughter of Stephen and Dawn Price. Lauren is Senior School Board Representative, President of the Girls Leadership Association, Treasurer of Women 7, 3-year varsity letterman on the Plum Pa team, data jam, peer tutor, pianist, volunteer swim coach for Park Sharks, student serving Plumbo in Village Club. She plans to attend college to pursue a degree in engineering. Presenting Lauren with flowers are Tom Hart members, Daisy Dominic, and Tori Capetti. Maya Nichols, escorted by Marcus Brown. Maya is the daughter of Clarence and Selena Nichols. Maya is the captain of the Plum Varsity cheerleading team, the president of the Black Student Union, a leader at her church, and a volunteer for Second Chance for Hope. She plans to attend a 4-year university, major in biology, and become an infectious disease specialist. Presenting Margaret Flowers are Concord members Frank Mattiosi and Nina Kite. Samantha Goss, escorted by Lloyd Hardy. Samantha is the daughter of Susan Jessica Goss. She is a Plum major on the Plum Side Recreation team and the varsity volleyball team, a member of the Eagles and the track and field team. Sam plans on attending the Fayette University of Fayette. Presenting Samantha with flowers are Concord members Adam Office and Maren Brooks. Emily Perot, escorted by Lauren Henry. Emily is the daughter of Rick and Jim Brock. Emily is the captain of girls soccer team, the varsity runner on the track and cross country team, secretary of the National Honor Society, treasurer of the Girls Leadership Association, and played club soccer for 10 years. She plans on attending either the University of Pittsburgh or Duquesne University to major in physical therapy. Presenting Emily with flowers are Plum Court members Zach Luchek and Emily Bellamy. Gabriella Smith, escorted by Carson Seaborn. Gabriella is the daughter of Matthew and Grace Smith. Gabriella is a varsity cheerleading captain and competition team athlete, lettering volleyball, member of the National Honor Society, senior class representative of student government, and lead spirit event organizer, vice president of Women STEM, member of the Science Bowl and Olympiad, and chairperson of Community Goodwill for the grade in early childhood education with a minor in special education. Presenting Ava with flowers are Palm Court members Zach Miller and Katie Sintu. Now please welcome last year's prom king and queen, Thomas Zillow and Ashley Burkett, as well as last year's homecoming winner, Mara Moscow, who will be crowning this year's queen.
I think he went down.
And now, by proclamation of the class of 2023, our homecoming queen
I'll wait
is
for him up. Oops, sorry.
Samantha Glass.
So you zoom in the second I like it. I'll be proud of you.
He is here tonight, though, isn't he? Yeah.
This concludes our homecoming ceremony. Thank you, and let's go Mustangs.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for the 50-50.
Don't worry, I'm
Get
no
your
psycho.
tickets out, please. The winner will receive $480. Ticket number, red ticket 378 315. Repeat, 378 315. If you got it, come and get it. At the press box, you have 2 minutes or withdrawing another. No, just kidding. 480, 378, 315.
Circle.
I had it. My dog was good. Yeah, my cat figured it out. Still
Not good for sampling.
my cat.
She does a lot of stuff. She's like, oh,
You got the ticket, huh?
378-315?
378. It's the right ticket, but unfortunately, you're 5 seconds late. Too bad for you.
Yeah, now it's divvied up between us.
Are you sure it's like she's not doing I don't feel That's like the one in Sona Hills that we...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner for the 50-50. And this lovely person
I don't get a picture of my wife.
just donated half of the winnings to the positivity. I want to thank her very kindly. Let's have a nice round of applause, please.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Nick's trying to explain the shot. Hello, kids.
I think that kid that was with you was with Caitlin. Because I was like, who is that? And she gave me a weird look. So I think
My son said she gave me a weird look.
on the microphone or the camera mic?
Hold her on.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
not going on yet. Oh, you want gummy bears? You're paying me, man. Every one you take is a cent. Is a penny.
I'm eating like 20.
Yeah, that's 20 cents.
No, $20.
Yeah, 20 cents, 1 cent
If it's
for gummy.
$20, dude.
I'm not saying 20, I said 20 cents. You definitely have 20 cents, David. Yeah, they're probably doing like that.
Why is Eric catching? What do you think? Cold. Just wanted to be nice.
Yeah, we're gonna call them and put them up. Alright, we need to start. Want me to start? Actually, no, wait, hold on. Wait till they're done. I'll announce the scores on the live stream. Let's go. All right, welcome into the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Sam Glatz, homecoming queen for this year's homecoming festivities, if you were watching during the halftime show. And I do have some important score updates for our listeners at home. Gateway is currently up 7-3 over the Warriors at Gateway on the road at Penn Trafford. They're up 7-3 at the half. And for Franklin Regional, they hold a 13-0 lead over the Norwin Knights. Franklin Regional also on the road. Also another score, Seneca Valley up 14-6 on Hempfield. So, you know, right now as it stands, if Gateway were to hold on and Seneca Valley were to hold on, Gateway may be looking at, and if Franklin holds on, top two seeds may be conceivably, you know, Franklin and Gateway. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be those top two seeds right there. I'm not sure. Boleno is off to make the surprise.
Squib.
Squib.
It was a fumble.
Oh, and the Mustangs have recovered. I mean, do you believe in miracles?
Wow. We were talking about scores, and Mustangs have it.
Wow, do you believe in miracles?
Wow.
How many times has that worked?
Wow.
That is maybe the 4th time in a row. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just Mustangs getting the luck of the draw, but that seems to be weird. That's again, and that was a far squib.
Yeah.
I mean, that was about 15-20. It wasn't a, you know, down 21 in the first half, sort of get back in the game kick. That was a strategy. That's a great kick.
And the Mustangs, they started off the game with that big play, and now they're starting out the second half with another big play on the kick.
Yeah, good field position too. Franzi looking. He's going to take off and run. He's got the first down and more. Oh, he's taken down by a horse collar.
The crowd is looking for a flag.
They are looking for it.
Coaches are looking for a flag for the Mustangs.
It doesn't look like they're going to get a flag either.
Coach Morgan took off his headset, yelling at the refs.
He is furious right now, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, the sorry.
They're good. I think, you know, he's trying to get an explanation.
Yeah, because the rest, they have to protect the quarterback. They can.
Yeah, I agree. You can't let the quarterback go out there and get his head, you know, spun around backwards.
Yeah.
So that's a dangerous play. I agree. But Franzi with more in the backfield, going to hand off to Eric. Cuts back.
Pushing the pile with Eric, making the defenders drag behind him, and that's one of his strong suits. He's done it all this year, and he can blow through people. It doesn't matter how big they are, and
yeah, he doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with the size. Eric Moore's built like a tank. More built bigger than Nate Deans, South Fayette. Nate Deans 5'8", 180. Eric Moore about 6'1", 210. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier than Nate Deans, but he also is a senior. But that's still, he's still, you know, able to take those big blows and run with them. So, yeah, you're going to see him get the handoff again. Oh, never mind. Incomplete pass to Nelson.
And that was just out in front of him.
Yeah, again, Franzi looked for a flag, roughing the passer. I'm not sure if he was going to get that regardless. But it was, and I agree, another low throw by Franzi. They've tried that a lot tonight to Nelson. They got it once, but other than that, they haven't been able to connect on really anything.
Yeah, but the corners for South Fayette haven't really been there on that play either. It was just underthrown, and if he...
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a bad pass. South Fayette's bringing the blitz here on 3rd and 4, and they're going to bring it, but pass is batted midair. Now here comes an interesting situation for the Mustangs. Do you kick the field goal? I would assume the answer to be yes if you're in the red zone 20-yard, within the 20. But you never know. They look like they're going for it.
Yeah, Bellino's standing on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume. I don't know if they lost a little faith in him. I mean, he missed the extra point too, and yeah.
Now maybe the Mustangs are going to try to make them jump and take it down.
I mean, that could be a possibility. They're not. I don't know if they're going to try anything super fancy here.
And the Mustangs, they do have the momentum, so maybe they're trying to use that to their advantage on this 4th down. And there is a flag.
That might be on the Mustangs.
Yeah, that could be a false start.
And if it is, they're going to definitely try and kick a field goal. I don't think you're going for it on 4th and 9. Yep, it is on the Mustangs, false start. Again, I don't think you're going for it on 4th and 9.
Yeah,
but now you got Bellino's range in question.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, 24-yard line.
Yeah,
they're pushing their luck here.
It looks like they're going to go for it.
I mean, regardless, you're putting South Fayette back in their own, 25-yard line.
Yeah, and that shows great trust in their defense, that even if they don't get it.
And also shows a little bit of distrust in their kicker. But, I mean, we'll take what we got here, and they're going to go for it. See what the call is. Franzi rolling out to the left.
An immediate rollout, looking to throw.
He's got
Cade Thomas.
He's looking for PI, looking for anything.
The crowd's looking for PI.
Nothing called. It did look like obvious PI to me, to be honest, in the end zone. Looked like he was wrapped around his head. And, I mean, they're not going to call it, though, so it's going to be...
There was questionable calls in the first half of, oh, there should have been a call, and there shouldn't be a call, and looks like that carried over into the second half.
Yeah, Mr. Brody pointing it out, I mean, ref's been a little lax tonight, and, with under 11 to play in the 3rd quarter. Now for the Mustangs, you have to really, you can't let South Fayette get momentum and take time off the clock. It's taking time with the clock is the enemy right now for the Mustangs, more so than the South Fayette Lions offense. And then Nate Dean's going to cut it to the outside. And
oh, where's the holding?
No call, but they will get a great tackle on Nate Dean's. Yeah, I was going to, sorry, Matt, but Noah Odom there came in like a freight train to seal the edge.
Yeah, Jack Tongle looked to be held, and after he had his hands up looking for a call.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these are all holding calls that we're pointing out, but they are at least questionable.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it, Don Byer looking to press through the line, and they're going to bring him up, and Darian Slaughter, what a play. That is a big man play right there by Slaughter. I mean, he tracked him down from his legs and lost about 3 yards back to 3rd and 8 now.
And he's big enough that he had someone blocking him on half of his body, but he was able to fight over it. And bring
Yeah,
the
able-
quarterback down.
I mean, with, Condis, Slaughter, and Logan Weisenbach, they have, or Brandon Weisenbach, excuse me, and Nick Odom. They have a lot of guys that are on that line. And you can see this is their strategy to just jump around the line because they're not maybe the biggest. And there's a pass.
And
First down.
did he get it?
They get the first down, Matt. Number 18, Adam Martinsik with the first down. And again, that's a tough play by the Mustangs. They had it all sort of sorted out from what we could tell.
Yeah.
And, now, again, we stated it before. This is a must-win game. So if you're the Mustangs, there is no room for conceivable error here. You want to, if you're Matt Morgan, you got to make sure you save your timeouts because you got to make sure you're fundamentally sound. We haven't seen penalties called on the Mustangs that frequently, but when we have, it's sort of been hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've gotten better and better, but yeah, I think their discipline is going to be interesting down this home stretch. It'll be interesting because, again, Matt, young team, pressure getting to them. They are going to hold. They're going to get handsy, so you have to make sure you're disciplined. Matt Morgan preaches it. This is a younger group, so you got to be a little bit. I don't really think we have maybe 1 or 2 seniors on this entire defense and offense, really.
Yeah, it's definitely a shorter senior class, but with the lack of people, they are excellent at what they do, and they can make big plays and look to be a little bit of confusion on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the head linesman is trying to figure out the clock.
Well, now the clock says 0.
Yeah, now we have clock. We have major clock issues up here at Mustang Stadium, folks. This is the second time this clock has malfunctioned. Mr. Brott would be very angry right now. He was here, but he's not, so we don't have to hear him scream about it. But we are, and there is 0 on the clock. They're not going to run the play. This is shocking. They're going to run the play, and yeah, they are. And
oh, great
nice catch. But good tackle. Mustangs only hold him to 3 yards. But again, there is no time on the clock.
Yeah, and it looks like on the broadcast it says we're in overtime, but we are in the third quarter.
Yeah, it says 9:27 to go. It is 2nd and 6 for the Lions. There's a, so 0s on the clock, Matt. I'm not sure if we're seeing this correctly or not. I hope my eyes are working today.
And I'm seeing exactly what you are.
And there goes number 13, Nico Lamonde, for the first down. And he's a very talented running back, or quarterback. Very talented. And again, we do not have any time on the clock. I'm not sure why they wouldn't blow. The head official is looking right at this. Is he not look? He's not looking. This is confusing. It says on our broadcast we're in overtime. The clock is frozen. Yeah. How are you? If Condis is chasing down Lamonde, he's got room. But again, there is still no time on. Matt Morgan got to call a timeout. It's just ridiculous. I don't think anyone has realized that there is 0 on the clock. This game just never gonna end. We're a little lost up here. This is a little
South Fayette has
trying to figure out here if our
South Fayette has the ball at the 31.
And Lamonde, he's stuffed.
Looked like he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Now looks to be a 2nd and 10. I'm gonna start playing again, trying to figure out clock issues here.
Mustang's defensive line looks to be trying to
Mustang's defensive
cause
line
some
shifting a
confusion.
bit. I mean, they've been doing that all night. It looks like a strategy. Look, a bull rush. But, oh, good run there by the running back, who gets, thrown back down by Nelson. Good run, though, by number 11, Brandy, but Thomas and Nelson really just jumped up on the,
Yeah, and here at Plum, you know, the crowd's getting a little loud watching the student section. The
marching band
looks like the
lighting
band.
the torch.
Yeah, the drums brought out some fire.
3rd and 10 now for the Lions. I'm not sure if we're going to get time back on the clock.
And it looks to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah. And they bring a blitz, but
Little screen.
oh, Mustang's got to get him there.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Coach Morgan looked mad. Might be on the Mustangs
And
from
Morgan, was that a first down by wide receiver there? Did he cross the first down, or was he short? I believe he was short.
To be honest, wasn't looking. I saw the
believe
flag.
he was 4th and 2 or 4th and 1. But there's no signal from the referee, head ref here, about the flag. We'll see what the call is. Again, a little bit of a confusing sequence here, Matt.
Yeah.
Not sure. Both teams are not backing up. It looks like it might be holding on the Lions. I'm not sure if Morgan will. Yeah, it is going to be holding on the South Fayette line. They are going to move him back. Smart decision. Yeah. When you're in sort of field goal range, you don't want to give them a chance. I mean, 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. So you want to make sure you back it up. 3rd and, looks like about a country mile. 3rd and 17, 3rd and 18 for the Mustangs defense. A little bit, I guess, more manageable. But again, I mean, with Nate Deans and those receivers, they can get big yards quick. And you see they got 4 receivers out wide.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Lamonde ready to
Still no snap.
And Lamonde looking deep. He's hit on the throw. Oh, that pass is too far deep. Good play by Cade Thomas.
Yeah, and Eric Moore almost got under that throw. He was just like a step behind. South Fayette's looking to punt.
Yeah, 4th down. Mustangs will get the ball back here with, I guess, no time left on the clock here at Mustang Stadium. If you're a fan watching at home, you have been seeing 9:27 left to go for the past 6 or 7 minutes. So we will update you when we officially know how much time is left. Well, Thomas almost with the block punt there.
That looks to go out at the 19, 18?
Yeah, 19-8. Good play by Thomas to try and block that punt. Mustangs will get the ball once again with, I guess, 5 minutes ago maybe in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a guess.
Yeah. It's rough.
No, we'll
pretty good guess.
I'm not sure if we're going to see the clock change. I mean,
Oh, and they just put 5:25.
I'm on the money. 5:25. There we are. Wasn't exact, but I was close enough. Now we have sort of a delay. Matt Morgan looks a little PO'd here at the officials.
Yeah. And this easily could be a clock situation.
I mean, you might be right there, Matt. I think Morgan's a little upset on the sidelines. He's been looking a little upset all game, matter of fact. But needless to say, the Mustangs, and it's interesting to see Zach Napierkowski on an island down here at the bottom of your screen with number 6, Wesman Wright, the senior defensive back. I wonder if they're ever going to look his way because he is by himself.
When they do a little
pitch to Nelson, who tries to cut to the outside, but he is gain of one, maybe on the play at most. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, you saw that too. Single coverage at the bottom. I mean, maybe they're putting him out there to try and get a lead block, but if it's one-on-one, that far separation, you're not gonna, unless it's a talented receiver, you're not going to see that one-on-one on the outside like that often.
Yeah, and we've seen Zach Napierkowski on the outside on a lot of RPOs where friends would keep it, and Zach Napierkowski has been successful with big-time blocks, giving Franzi 30, 40 yards to run. Hands off to Eric Moore, gets a gain of 3, and the clock's running with 4:30.
4:30, under 4:30 to play in the third quarter. Eric Moore right at the middle again. Not sure if they're trying to get to the outside. Looked like they tried twice, didn't work. Maybe they'll try and work the middle. I mean, Nelson has been running free down the middle. We'll see if Randy can find him. About 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs.
Franzi looking to throw.
He's got it.
And there's the screen.
Eric Moore's met right away, right there by the South Fayette Lions defense. Matt Boyce, number 54, met him like a train right there, stopped his motion. I mean, it was a good play design, but again, you didn't see any blockers there. That's another problem. You got to make sure your blockers are there ready right for you.
Franzi's going to be looking to pin South Fayette back.
I mean, yeah, you don't have a lot of time left in this game, so you really have to try and give them as worst field
Great punt.
right at Deans, though, and Deans fair catches it. Good play by Sean Franzi. Forced Nate Deans to backpedal, one of their most talented players on this roster, not able to return. And, you know, with only 3:24 to play in the third quarter, I assume you're going to see the Mustangs put their hands up. They're going to try and get hands on every play they can, pass they can, run. They're not going to try and let these South Fayette Lions run away with this game.
Yeah, it's still
no pun intended, but they don't want them to run away with the game.
Yeah, and it's still a one-score game. You know, the Mustangs can cause a turnover. Anything can happen.
Looks like Dean's up on the carry for about 4 or 5 yards on the carry there. Take it to 2nd and 5 for the Lions. And you are seeing them load the box now, Matt. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, they have, looks like 3 or 4 guys near the center of the box. Mustangs do bring a lot of guys back, but Don Byer there. Whoa, good tackle by Byer for about 4 yards. It looks like 3rd and 1 for the Lions.
Yeah, and South Fayette's quarterback, he's been taking it and using his legs all game, and it looks like now here in the second half, the Mustangs have found a little bit of an answer for it and been holding them to.
Yeah, I think they're trying. That's a strategy they've been using. Make sure, you know, their quarterback's talented, run the football. I'm surprised now. The Mustangs do bring pressure now, but Deans gets out of it quick. Gets 3 yards, and that's a first down for the South Fayette Lions. 2:15 to play here in the third. Now for the Mustangs, you have to go into, you know, all out up the middle. I mean, you're not gonna. I don't think you need to play with 5 guys near the 10 yards back. I think you can get away with bringing 2 or 3 in and putting 2 safeties high. I mean, I think that's going to be this strategy going forward. Because they cannot allow, again, they are going to bring 5 back. I'm a little confused. 5 back, maybe afraid of the deep pass, but I mean, they're running the ball at will now. Again, going to give it to their other running back.
Eric Moore with the tackle.
Yeah, he feisty tackle there. You heard the crowd go, ooh, on that one. But 2nd and 5 now for the Lions. And that was, again, Christian Brandy, who's a talented back, taller than Nate Deans, 5'10", but still a solid back, not their number 1. But when you haven't, I mean, we saw it with Nick Odom. When you have a solid number 2 and it's working, it's a difference maker. It's a huge momentum booster, and that's something Mustangs have been missing. They're going to hand off to Brandy again. This time, though, the outside lanes are sort of closed, but he's going to be a yard short. They might give him the first down there, Matt.
I think he was short.
I mean, I think he was a little bit short, but it's unclear at this point.
It looks like it might be 3rd and inches.
Nope, first down. They are going to give him the first down on the plus side of the Mustang territory now.
Yeah, and that's a 50-50 call.
It is. I mean, it's close enough.
And like you were saying, it's close enough. And the Mustangs still look to be playing a lot, like 4 to 5 guys on looking for the deep pass. And
Now
I
we
think
have a ref timeout. Maybe. An official timeout.
there's just over a minute left in the third.
Yeah, I mean, quite possibly. Again, this is, we got to see. Nope, it is a first down. Maybe a little ref issue there, but they're going to go ahead and go. They're going to hand Lamonde with the pass. Good pass on the outside. Takes.
The crowd looking for a holding call on South Fayette, and I won't lie, from here it almost looked like one, but
Looked like good catch by Manny Fostick. Great catch. He, was able to take that and run with it.
and there is the flag.
Oh, there is a flag. Good
Yeah.
call there, Matt. Now it's going to push the Lions way back. Should be about 1st and 20 if it's not a spot foul, I do believe.
Yeah, it was holding.
That's huge because for the Mustangs, momentum is not on their sides right now. No one has scored really since the first quarter. And since that one drive the Lions had in the middle of the first quarter, no one's really scored since then. So it's been a fairly defensive game. And you said shootout early, but I think a little too quick there on the call there, Matt. But it's all right. We make mistakes. Mustangs are bringing pressure here on 1st and long. Looks like 1st and 15. Dean's going to get the handoff, and he gets it all back. Wow, good run by Deans.
Yeah, it looks like he got it to be a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, 7-yard gain. You got a great run by Nate Dean, right up the middle, right up the gut. No. Yeah, he ran right through that one.
And I welcome Mr. Barad onto the headset.
Yeah, fun homecoming activities. Congratulations to Sam Glatz. I don't know if you guys said that.
Yeah,
If
we
you did, I'm going to
announced,
apologize for repeating what you said.
As the end of the third quarter, South Fayette leads at the same score they led at the half. South Fayette 14, Plum Mustangs 6.
And I wonder how the Mustangs are going to come out for this second down and see if they're going to still have 5 people playing deep, or if they're going to try to fill the box a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you want to fill the box. We haven't seen a big pass from South Fayette really since the first quarter. I mean, they're not trying to.
Or Plum.
Well, yeah,
essentially. You know.
I think the playbook shrinks now.
Sure, because this is a first game where it's about 35 degrees.
Yeah, it's cold, and they're not gonna. I mean, both quarterbacks have not been playing their best, but overall, when I mean, we've seen number 13, Lamonde, run quite a bit tonight for the Lions, so it's not surprising that he's been running more than he's been passing.
The MVP might have been the homecoming girls, the court at halftime.
Yeah.
In miniskirts.
Yeah. 2-yard run, 3-yard run. There by number 1, Nate Deans.
Number 55, Nate Condis on the tackle, and good job by the defensive line to be able to read that and hold him for a short gain.
And now it's third and about 7. Mustangs may bring pressure here, may not. We'll see what the call, and they're going to throw it.
Bring pressure.
Lamonde is looking outside,
Good
caught by
catch.
Deans. Thomas can't track him down. He gets the first down. He is a jack of all trades. I mean, he jolted out of bounds there. Now we have 11 minutes and 11 seconds exactly to go here in the fourth quarter.
Where'd our cheerleaders go?
They are off the field. I'm not sure.
Well, they're over by the band.
That is correct. I did not see him either, Mr. Broad. And they're going to hand off to Deans. Oh, no, Lamonde keeps it for about 7 or 8. Good run by Lamonde.
Yeah, and South Fayette's still been able to run up the middle. It hasn't looked like the Mustangs have found an answer to that.
Yeah, now second and about 5 for the Lions. You're down 8 points. They're going to hand off. Oh, no, Lamonde's going to throw out wide. More one-on-one for the tackle.
Still picked up a first down, Justine.
Yep, he did pick up a first down. That's unfortunate.
Any type of score here, I mean, puts it a 2-score game. And obviously the Lions, with 10:21 left, are in no rush to the running clock, no rush to come to the line here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're going to take their time here, which they should. You hand off to number 11, Brandy, and he is stuffed.
And he almost lost the ball there. You see the quarterback for South Fayette, obviously.
Lamonde.
Nico Lamonde, or Lamond, just he almost reached for the ball. So.
Yeah, they've been using both running backs tonight. I mean, coming in, they weren't a heavy run team, but they sure showed that they can run the ball all game long if they have to.
And I think the weather kind of
predicts it. I mean, it
yeah,
makes
I mean,
that
both
case.
teams can pass the ball effectively, but it's been more run tonight.
Yeah.
By both teams. Oh.
There's Nate Deans taking off, and he is oh so close to a first down. 3rd and 1.
Have it. That was a
he's short,
good
I believe.
run. Yeah, I think he's at the 13, Justine.
Yeah, they're in the red zone.
Yeah, it's definitely 1.
Yeah, and I wonder when the Mustangs are going to start sending more people to the line. And
at some point, they can't rely on the passing option. They hand off again to Deans.
He squirts forward here, and we might be looking at the inevitable, guys. The chunks that the Lions are getting here with the runs. I don't know if the Mustangs will be able to stop them, and they're going to hurry up here, waiting for Plum not even to get set. Be stunned if it's anything but a run to Deans up the middle.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop them up the middle so far. It is going to be a handoff to Deans up the middle. Oh,
Boy,
he cuts. What a cut.
What a cut. He just stopped and just scooted way off to the right. And he essentially walked in for the touchdown. And
he scooted back. I mean, that's a all-pro cut right there by a running back.
Let's get a yardage update from him, from Mr. Getzrich here. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I think he's had about maybe a 90-yard game tonight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game, Nate Deans. Again, we saw Eric Moore come into this game. We thought and there still is 8:34 to play. So the game is not over. There's still plenty of time. I mean, we saw it here, onside kick. It's happened before, but they have to score quick, and they have to score fast. This isn't like Gateway. They're not going to try and be cute. They're not going to. Gateway sort of sat back. For the Mustangs are going to have to go all out.
Yeah, and there's a flag on the kick.
Yeah. That is on the Mustangs. They're going to re-kick here. Be big if he misses it here. Unsure if that'll happen, but.
And they said the penalty would be enforced on the kickoff.
No
he
good.
misses the kick.
And he misses it. It's a 14-point game.
Yeah, unofficially, Deans has 90 yards rushing.
And I did predict that.
Did you say that?
I said I believe he has around 90 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight.
I thought he had a little bit more, to be honest with you.
Hasn't
I mean, I would have probably guessed like 115-ish.
He's been used a lot as a receiver, too.
Yeah, but again, they've been going with the other 11.
Yeah, Brandy.
Too, with
Christian
Brandy. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm thinking, you see 1, you see 11. I'm just
same number.
Yeah, so. But, okay, so what do we have here? Let's call it out here. 8:34 left. The Mustangs probably have 2 possessions left.
I mean, they had an onside kick to start the second half, too. So there's nothing out of the question. I mean, I don't think they've not executed a kick up the middle for a squib kick up the middle to get the ball back. I mean, they did it, what, 3 times against Gateway?
Yeah.
And they were consistently, you know, getting those onside kicks to work. I mean,
Yeah, and back to receive the kick is number 1, Eric Moore, and number
Yeah.
2, Bryce Robinson.
yeah, first time seeing Eric Moore back there for the kickoff.
So the Mustangs are probably going to get 2 possessions, and they're essentially going to have to score them both.
And he kicks it right at Eric. Nope, Bryce
Right to
Robertson.
Bryce. Yeah.
Ooh, slipped.
Down at
Tripped
about the
up
26.
maybe. Yeah, about the 25, 26. So, I mean, maybe this is the series where you're throwing every first down.
Franzi might have to unload every play. I mean,
Maybe
I
this
don't
is
think
where you go deep to Jerome like you did, or Nelson.
first play.
Yeah, first play, air it out, try to get the crowd back into it. Momentum. I mean, if you're able to score in 3-4 plays, the crowd's into it, there's plenty of time. Mustangs going 4 wide receivers, trips to the right.
And I think South Fayette has been preparing for the run all week. They know what's coming, and they, you know, Mustangs have to prove that they can throw it effectively. Franzi's going to roll out. He's going to
But
tuck.
he had time to run. He made a good little
Good
move
tuck and
there.
run.
Look at him go. Now that's a horse collar tackle.
There's the flag.
And for the, I mean, we had another play.
Yeah,
on the other
and there
side
was
of the
nothing,
field.
right?
So
Yeah.
yeah, and that, I mean, blatantly right by the Mustangs
Wow,
coaches.
you know what? This referee just threw another flag. I think it's going to be, might be an unsportsmanlike conduct
And that's
penalty
unbelievable.
against Plum
Unbelievable.
or against the bench. The ref's pointing at Matt Morgan.
Kate
I mean,
Thomas
that was
looks upset too, Mr. Barad. He looked right at the
yes, personal
Yep.
foul, horse collar, South Fayette.
does
That's
knock-
it.
He
So
looked
that's
like
going
he
to
was,
move it to the 35.
that's big, and that only took 10 seconds off the clock.
Yes, that was a gain of technically.
Sort of like the first play of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, 40-yard gain here with the penalty, and you know we're still above 8 minutes, so
Yeah, Franzi's got to feel confident now. And he's looking back to pass again.
there's no time. He has to throw it, run for his life. Oh, good
Kate
catch by Kate Thomas. He takes it down to the
First down.
23. Again, we've seen this from the Mustangs against the Gators and the Panthers. It's like they wake up in the 4th quarter and then they go and attack.
I mean, we haven't seen a full, complete game yet, really, in the last month from the Mustangs. Really, since the since the Norwin game.
It's been like first quarter okay, and then the second and third is kind of like you sleepwalk a little bit, and then the 4th quarter
They wake up.
they come up like gangbusters.
And Franzi's looking to.
Oh!
He is just taken down, and I don't.
Oh, he was really hit on
he
that play.
is slow to get up there. Sean Franzi was fully extended here. So I think he has the wind knocked out on him and
Second and
stretching
a
his
mile.
back, making sure that he can breathe properly. So he seems okay though. He's calling the play. It's going to be second in a big, at least 18, I believe. See, yardage still not working. We had the clock malfunction. I mean, besides the fact that there are horrible referee calls in this game. So
Franzi looking to pass.
Almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted.
Maybe a little too quick there to Nelson. A little too quick.
Yeah, and that might have been from him getting the wind knocked out of him just wanting to get out of there before any of the pressure could have got to him. And
So this is, I mean, you don't have a lot of play calls here for third and 18. So we'll see what happens here.
Also
I mean, obviously setting up the screen pass, but you can't go to that well too often here because they know, South Fayette knows that's coming. We'll see what Eric Moore does here.
Yeah, they're going to air it out.
He's running for his life. He throws it. No, that could have been
there could have been
interference there. He
payout.
was hit. Matt Morgan's livid on the sidelines.
He has been livid all
He
night
is
tonight.
livid.
Now what do you do?
Well, I mean, you have to go for it. It's 4th and 18, and you got to buy him at least 3 or 4 seconds to have him throw it up close to the 20 to 15-yard line. It's 4th and 18 for the Mustangs. Clock is stopped. 7:01 left. So Franzi will run out of the gun, obviously, here. Boy, a screen pass here might not be a bad call. Have Eric block a little bit and then turn and catch a ball. Franzi got to backpedal right away.
Yeah, he's there. They don't give him a lot of time, and
He's just
he was
sandwiched
sandwiched.
there. He pops back up, though. Nah, that's a turnover on downs there by the Mustangs as
Now
the
we have
Lions are able to hold there after the Mustangs come out at the start of that drive and move the ball. It just kind of drive stalled there at the, excuse me, the Lions 35-yard line. So South Fayette takes over, and we're probably going to see a lot of Deans here. A lot of number 1. And it's probably going to be a run on first, run on second,
run on third.
Run on third. Justina, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I'm sorry, Mr.
No, it's okay. I said that on purpose, so.
They're going to bring blitz.
Yeah, run
No,
blitz.
well, he cuts it. He's gone.
He is powerful, too. He just ran over someone there as a first down for South Fayette.
And to me, it looks like the Mustangs are still playing with a lot of people like backed up.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
not
not sure if they're afraid of the pass.
Yeah, well, they're definitely afraid of the pass. And it looks like, is that a penalty? Holding against the Lions. So we'll see where, well, they marked it at the 20, at the 33. So they'll move the ball back to the 23. So they have to get to the 41. So that will be 1st and 18.
And I think if you're the Mustangs, you have to start playing with a little bit of guts and stop, putting so many people back and start
Quarterback takes it, but Jack Tonja read it from the start.
Filling the pocket.
But why run that play so fast with the clock? You know,
I'm
like
not sure if they're trying to
why?
go hurry up or anything. I mean,
But there's no reason. You're up by 2 touchdowns. Like, take 25 seconds off. You can get this under 6 minutes. There's no reason to snap the ball.
Yeah, make the Mustangs work for a touchdown on the next drive.
Here they come. Run blitz.
There he goes, Deans.
And
He's stuffed, though, this
swallowed
time.
up there. He's not even back to the original line of scrimmage, so it should be 3rd, probably 12, and there's no reason to snap the ball. So the Lions should be able to take this right down to about 5-10 before they snap it. And there should be, they shouldn't even pass. They should run it. I'd run Deans to the outside here, guys, to the left, personally.
I mean, yeah, with 3rd and 12, he can turn on the burners and go for the distance.
Single cover, both receivers. They got 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right.
I'd assume we wouldn't see a pass either, so
No.
Around 3 seconds on the play clock.
They are going to pass.
Screen.
But, right there.
Nelson
was
Nelson
right there.
read that, so that's a loss of 3 on the play, guys. So
Oregon
that drive
calls a
stalls for the
timeout.
Lions. Again, Mustangs timeout. I don't know how many. I
they
was
will
off the headset. How many?
That was their first of the
That's their
half.
first timeout. Okay, so they have 2 remaining. So we have 5:03 left in the 4th quarter. Mustangs will get the ball back, obviously in a must-score situation.
I mean, yeah, at this point, we say that coming in, it's sort of a must-win type of game here. When you got Penn Trafford and Hempfield next 2 weeks, you need to win tonight to at least get yourself a chance.
Sure.
Yeah, and in this timeout, let's remind you to stay after the game for the Mustangs band.
South Fayette band's hooting and hollering over there across the stand. Ben, get a shot of the South Fayette the band real quick. Tilt up in the stands, Ben. Get the South Fayette band. Ben, get the South Fayette band real quick. After the punt.
That will roll a long way down to the 18-yard line. Nelson let it go, and there it goes.
Yeah,
Morgan won't be happy.
Yeah, Morgan looked upset.
He looked upset at Nelson.
He's
on
staring him down there. He's not. I mean, he just catches the ball and falls down. He saves 20 yards. Yes, so the South Fayette band was hooting and hollering there. They're all excited. 14-point lead with 4:51 left to go.
Gonna need a miracle.
I mean, Francie, unfortunately, just does not have a lot of time. So maybe design a rollout for him, have him fire it down the field.
And I think this all comes back to, you know, Austin Mitchell
Against
and
Gateway,
Devin
yeah.
Kerwin.
I mean,
when
yeah.
those two offensive tackles went down, that's a crusher.
Yeah,
It's a crusher.
Yeah, you lose 2 your starting offensive linemen against the Gators, and it's hard to protect your quarterback. The guys up front, though, still doing a good job, but
Good pass outside. Take it. Stop the clock.
yeah, will it? The way the referee's been going tonight, I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, clock is stopped at 4:46, but the way that the refs have been going tonight, who knows?
Second down, 3.
So, good gain on first down, 7 yards.
And the Mustangs look to be in the Wildcat formation.
You know, Franzi's going to continue to pass.
And that's interference. He tackled him before the ball arrived.
And
Yeah, it's a questionable, another
call.
questionable call. They're going to leave it blank. 3rd and 4 now.
I'm going to watch it on the live stream since it's 30 seconds behind me. Matt, back me up that he not tackled him before the ball came.
Franzi takes a pass caught by Napierkowski.
Oh, that is a solid second before the ball was there. That
Yep.
should have been a PI.
Yeah, it should have been pass interference. But Mustangs get a first down on the next play.
First down.
Another first down out of bounds. Stops the clock. Keep moving. Franzi's going to keep passing.
Got to get rid of it.
He's
Boy, how did he
He's
escape out of
escaping.
that?
How's
uses
the
a little
first
magic
down?
out
Wow.
of bounds. Stops the clock.
Franzi on the keeper. Chase out of bounds on his kick right. Not before he picked up the Mustang. First down.
And we know Plum's success rate if they score a touchdown on onside kicks.
We do know that,
Well, we
Mr.
know,
Broad.
yeah,
They are pretty successful.
It's
on that.
above 75%. We know that.
I mean, against Gateway, that was the reason they came back.
2 out of 3, 1 for 1 tonight. They're 3 of 4.
Pretty good chances. Oh, he's scrambling again. Finds Napierkowski again. Got to get out of bounds. He does.
That's
Again, moving
Napierkowski
along.
probably gets to what, the 44?
It's a 9-yard gain. 7 out.
Did he
They
step
marked
out?
They marked it way too short.
What? It's mind-boggling to me.
I
I'm
mean,
going to
the ref-
watch the footage again. The live stream's 30 seconds
Another
behind.
another right.
They marked that ball at the 47. Maybe he stepped out, but he should have been up past the 50.
Looking to go deep. Frenzy launches it.
And Nelson fell down.
Yeah, it's definitely not pass
Yeah,
interference.
he did fall down. I think it was just a fall.
Yeah, I think they said he might have stepped out. I couldn't tell because the ball is across the field. So it's 3rd down.
Looks to be around 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 maybe.
Yeah, 4th down territory regardless.
Franzi looking to throw.
That's a hand on his back. That's blatant
And
interference.
they're not going to call it.
Franzi's pass to Thomas.
Cade Thomas even looking for a call.
Matt Morgan is fed up at this point. Now this is the game right here, folks. Essentially, not completely, but 4:09. Not a lot of time to spare. Got to get a first down here.
I'd consider running ball. Never think a run's coming, right? But a little short, maybe Napierkowski stops, throws.
Yeah, they passed it all 3 downs, and
It's definitely interference. I'm just watching the live stream.
Ref right there too.
Eric Moore goes in motion to the left.
looking to pass.
Franzi's rolling out. He's going to have to run.
Gotta
He's going to
throw
have
it.
to throw.
Eric,
by
Catch
Eric
by
Moore.
Eric Moore. Wow, the ref made a good call there. Signaling he got a foot in. Wow, that's
Made sure he didn't call it incomplete there, Mr. Barat.
First down, Mustang.
yeah, we could see it from here. That was clearly a catch, no question about it.
Yeah, and that's huge. That
Good
is
call by the
massive.
refs.
'Cause now they, at least with 4 minutes to go, have a shot here.
And we're almost under 4 minutes here. 4:02, guys.
Francie again looking to pass.
Doesn't have time. Scrambling.
It's out of bounds at least.
To be a 2-3 yard gain.
Good tackle by Talon
I think he
Mazenko.
got to the 35.
Oh, we'll see where they spot this.
And it looks like they put him at the 35.
Good call. We're under 4 minutes.
And now if you're the Mustangs, you don't want to get inbounds. You want to make sure you get out of bounds.
Take a chance here. You throw deep to Nelson, maybe.
I don't know. Oh, they're going to hand off to Moore.
Oh, did Eric just hurdle the tackler?
He
huh?
did. I think Matt Morgan was getting a little bored there, Mr. Barat, with the passes. He wanted to get Eric Moore up the
Good
middle.
play call. So
Yeah.
they're down to the 20 or 19, I
Now
think.
hurry
It's
up.
first down.
Yeah.
Clock does stop until they place the chains. Chains are still moving. Clock is running. Mind-boggling to me. But regardless,
Yeah, and you know at this point the Mustangs are playing with emotions. They're angry. They want to score. They want to get back in this game. And
sure, they scored on the first drive.
Oh,
Gotta get rid of it. Oh, he sacked. He didn't feel the blindside pressure. Good sack there by the Lions. So there's 54 for the South Fayette Lions.
still no timeout. Clock is running. Just
Matt
over
Boyce
3
with
minutes.
the tackle, or the sack.
So that's a loss of a ton.
And then
Loss
again,
of
that is
7.
Devin Curler, who would be there at the left tackle position. And we do go by committee.
Took around 50.
Yeah, he did run around.
And that's
Good
caught
catch.
by Nelson.
Did he get out of bounds?
that's
I hope
No,
Nelson.
it did not get out of bounds, I don't think. So the clock's going to run, but still is a good gain on the play. Gain of almost 9 or 10. So it should be third and about 7.
Plum's still not using a timeout.
Gain of 10. Under 2.5 left to go now.
Big blitz by
Incomplete.
incomplete pass there to Cade Thomas.
Tongel.
Yep, Jack Tongel.
So well, now I'll stop the clock at 2:17 left, but fortunately it's 4th and 17. Jack Tongel comes out. Cade Thomas comes in. So this will be your ball game here. Mustangs only have 2 timeouts to stop the clock. South Fayette Lions in good position here, 4th and 7.
Not a lot of time left. They're gonna have to get this off
We
quick.
have 3 seconds on the play clock. 1 second.
Oh, South Fayette calls a timeout.
Big help there by the Lions to call timeout.
I wonder if you're going to see a screen to Eric Moore.
Well, you could see that middle screen, Eric Moore. I mean, me personally, you put Nelson maybe wide right or left, and maybe, you know, because the line's putting a ton of pressure on Sean Francie, maybe that he throws it up into the end zone. You know, you go let your best receiver go make a play on their best corner. That's a possibility also, man, you know, man versus man. Now, if you can get Eric Moore maybe on a, you know, fake a pitch up the middle, fake a handoff up the middle, have Eric Moore catch a little something on the right side.
Yeah,
If he's able to turn his shoulders, you know, we know that he can break a tackle or two. That's a possibility also.
yeah, and last week against Franklin, we saw Eric Moore playing a little slot receiver, and doesn't look like they'll be doing that here, but it's definitely in their arsenal.
Francie rolling out.
They want
Incomplete.
incomplete.
Sorry, tripped over the chair. Sorry, Matt. Trying to see the ball at the end there.
South Fayette takes over.
2:10 left, so, you know, Plum does have 2 timeouts. They might be able to get the ball back, but you'd have to essentially score real quick and try an onside kick and essentially a Hail Mary. So 1 timeout, though, for the Lions should wrap this up.
Yeah, and I think the Mustangs, they have to fully send almost everybody, try to get a turnover you know, stuff the run.
A couple score updates here for you at home. Franklin Regional up 35-0 over the Norwood Knights.
Wow.
We have also Seneca Valley up 42-14 over Hempfield on the road. And then our final one, Gateway up 14-3 over Penn Trafford.
Mustangs
They're going into the fourth quarter.
Mustangs are using timeout.
Yeah, that's big. Gateway up on Penn Trafford too. I mean, that's a, you know, for our section purposes, that would put essentially Gateway and Franklin in a realm of their own. Franklin would move to 3-0 in the section.
Gateway would be
2-1 in the section.
2-1 or 3-1?
2-1.
2-1.
So both teams essentially are at the top, and that would be Penn Trafford's second loss in the section.
And Plum has 2 section losses also to Franklin and Gateway. And Hempfield has
1 section
loss. So a Plum victory against Penn Trafford and Hempfield would essentially put Plum and lock Plum in as third, and then you'd have to, you know, then the committee decides which 2 out of the 3 third-place teams gets the wild card.
Yeah, so maybe not all hope lost, but it's going to be tough. And luckily, this is a non-conference game.
Sure.
So, I mean...
Wow, how did he get to the outside? That's a first down, and that should essentially wrap it up. I think the Mustangs will, I mean, they do have one more timeout, but...
At this point, yeah, they're going to use it here.
Are they saying he stepped out?
No, the clock's running. So now
there's the final timeout.
That's the final timeout by the Mustangs with 1:52 left.
Not saying you want to have any losses when you're in sort of do or die, but when it's non-conference, it's not as horrible of a loss.
Well, yeah, you can still have a chance to
potentially, if you win your next 2 games, you're 3-2 in the section. And if, you know, Hempfield and Penn Trafford continue to slide, that opens up number 3 for Plum. And at that point, like you said, Mr. Brown, one of those or 2 of those three seeds will make it. And, I mean, we.
And you don't know because we lost head-to-head to Shaler, Justino, but Shaler could be a top 2 team. So if Shaler is a third-place team, then you know Shaler's in over Plum. You know, and then, you know, South Fayette's the other third-place team.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, then you've lost head-to-head to both third-place teams. The wild cards are South Fayette and Shaler, and end of discussion.
I think with the Mustangs, I mean, Bethel Park is currently the 3 seed, 5-1 in South Fayette. South Fayette is a tough section. They have 3 juggernauts at the top: Bethel Park, USC, and Peters Township, all with only 1 loss.
Still looks like the Mustangs are playing deep.
Yeah, I mean, it really has bugged me. And they, you know, playing so far deep when you know the run's coming, essentially.
Yeah,
I mean, you know it's coming up the middle.
South Fayette has no need to pass it.
Yeah, I don't really think you have a need.
No, and Matt, you're correct. And, you know, well, I mean, it's all technically official now. I mean, there's 15 seconds left on the play clock, 1:18 on the time. So, I mean, this is, you know, they can essentially take a knee 3 straight times or 2 straight times. And here we go with the first. That's a knee, and that will pretty much sum it up right there as the Lions come into the Mustangs after an hour, 25-minute bus trip, and they get a victory tonight, 20-6 over the Mustangs. Mustangs came down and scored on the first drive. We saw it against Gateway, and then it was tough sledding here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think for the Mustangs, you know, overall, when you look back at this game, I think you look at the fact that Eric Moore was shut down. He was shut down from wire to wire. There was no, I mean, I'm not sure if we have numbers on him, but he might not have passed 50 tonight in terms of rushing yards.
Sure.
And he was not. In South Fayette, you're right, Mr. I mean, they both teams came in identical records, but on homecoming week, South Fayette plays, spoiler alert, at home against the Mustangs, and that will be
good job by the Lions. So they come in Mustang country and they win
But now again, as you said, Mr. Brott, all hope may not be lost just yet. If you know, next week we'll be on the road at Penn Trafford, then we have Hempfield at home. If we can manage a couple wins there,
you win the
you
2
never
wins
know.
there, then it's
Then
you know,
it's
that last
essentially
game against Indiana is an out of section, and you have to hope that, I mean, you might need to win that game just to impress the people that will make the wild card decisions. But
it's going to be tough. I mean, this sort of feels like last year when the Mustangs, except they started out, Mustangs started out a lot better. But last year's Mustangs started out poorly and had to make a run at the end just to get in to the first round as an 8 seed. Last seed in the playoffs. So that, I mean, that could be a similar script tonight or this season for the Mustangs. But I mean, we talked about Eric Moore chasing the record, but I think he's going to have to, you know, swallow this one. And he's still got 3 more games to go. But, you know, that record's still within reach.
yeah, no doubt. And we'll see what happens. But again, you got to put this away. You know, it's homecoming weekend. Dances tomorrow night. Go back to the drawing board Monday. Eric Moore played rock solid, and you know, the Lions played better. So yeah, that's all we have here. If you guys have anything to add, if not, we'll be stay tuned here for the Plum Band. We'll videotape their performance and we'll call it a night. But once again, the final score tonight from Plum Mustang Stadium: South Fayette Lions 20. Plum Mustang 6. Now please stay tuned for the Plum High Band. Just let it sit for 10 minutes. Have a good night.
I'll see you downstairs.
When's the next game?
I think the 21st. 2 weeks.
What? Nate Deans?
What year is he?
No, junior. He's shifty. He's got D1 on him. D1 Deans.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Plum Mustang Marching Band to the field. The band is under the direction of Bethany Roy with assistant directors Megan Mistako and Noah Kilgus. The band front is expertly coached by Jessica Clark, Danielle Lee, Laura Delvecchio, Jenny Fessa, and Sorellen Wild. In our 2022 field show, Come Together, we present an exhilarating collection of our favorite Beatles classics. We'll start you off on a medical history tour, followed by the one and only Lady Madonna to get your feet moving. Next, we get to come together with our title tune that's sure to get you walking out in the stands. Then, get ready to slow things down with a mashup of Let It Be and Hey Jude. So get out your flashlights and be ready to sing along. We conclude our show today with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and to wrap things up, the end. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy as the Mustang Marching Band comes together on the field.
These were found on the field.
right here. I will take them and put them in my. I'll put them on something.
Now you're slowly doing it so you get it.
Let's shut that. Yo.
Thank you, Mr. Barack.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Yo.
You see the Pagan game?
Yeah, David just said they won 7-1.